It's Friday, December 20th, and the Indian equity markets are under pressure. Investor sentiment remains cautious as global uncertainties and domestic factors influence market movement. Stay tuned for the latest updates. The Nifty ended the day down by 364 points at 23,587, while the Sensex closed lower by 1,176 points at 78,041. It was a tough session across the board, with 2,859 stocks declining and only 963 advancing. Realty stocks faced the brunt of the sell-off, shedding 4%, while auto, IT, capital goods, metal, telecom, and PSU bank sectors all dropped 2%. Dr. Reddy's Labs, Nestle India, HDFC Life, and ICICI Bank provided some support to the indices with notable gains. However, Trent, Tech Mahindra, M&M, IndusInd Bank, and Axis Bank emerged as the biggest losers, adding significant pressure to the market's decline. The rupee managed a slight rebound on Friday, rising 10 paise to settle at 85.3 against the U.S. dollar, recovering from its record low of 85.13 in the previous session. The recovery was attributed to a weakening U.S. dollar index and speculation of RBI intervention, providing much-needed support to the domestic currency. Restaurant Brands Asia Limited, formerly Burger King India, announced its board's approval to raise up to Rupees 500 crore through a qualified institutional placement, QIP. The funds will be raised through the issuance of equity shares or other eligible securities, as stated in a regulatory filing on December 20, 2024. India's forex reserves dropped by USD 1.988 billion to USD 652.869 billion for the week ending December 13th, following a decline of 3.235 billion the previous week. The drop is due to revaluation and RBI interventions to stabilize the rupee, with reserves down from a peak of USD 704.885 billion in September. The broader markets underperformed the benchmarks today. The Nifty Mid-Cap 100 fell by 2.82%, while the Small Cap 100 dropped 2.19%. This decline reflects a weaker sentiment in mid- and small-cap stocks, signaling caution among investors in these segments. Gold prices edged up on Friday as the dollar retreated ahead of the U.S. PCE data. Spot gold rose 0.35% to $2,603 per ounce. Despite this, gold was set for a weekly loss of 1.8% due to the Federal Reserve's hawkish stance on interest rates. Analysts expect limited gold demand if the Fed proceeds with only 2 25 basis point rate cuts by 2025. Siemens shares dropped 10% on Friday, December 20th, hitting a one-month low of 6,868. The decline followed the company's earnings call, where management cited slow private capex growth in traditional sectors, despite strength in semiconductors and batteries. Mirae Asset Investment Managers has crossed Rs 2 lakh crore in assets under management in India, driven by strong growth at a compounded annual growth rate of 54% over the past 5 years. The fund house also reported a monthly SI book of 865 crore, reflecting its increasing popularity among investors. Vicus Lifecare's board has approved a Rs 200 crore fundraise plan to support growth initiatives. The company will raise the funds through equity issuance, qualified institutional placement, FCCB, or other permissible methods to boost long-term resources and fund growth opportunities. That wraps up today's market highlights. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more market insights.